What's up, guys? My name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. So with all the joy and all the fun that we've had with this whole re-signing thing that USC is doing, it has also left some big question marks as well, because if you look at the opposite side of it, there are some very notable players who have not re-signed. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. USC took their sweet time announcing the 5 guys that re-signed today. So we are recording this at 7 p.m. here in Arizona. But of course, before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the videos, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, we're like 50-something subs away from hitting 13K. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it's completely free to you. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, bud, getting into it here. So going over the entire roster and looking at who's already signed or who's left in the portal or declared for the draft, we have 15 players from last year who have not re-signed yet. So going over them now, and we will get more into these guys, obviously. But we have quarterback Hassan Longstreet, offensive lineman Hayden Treater, Aaron Dunn, Alex Payne, Elijah Page, Alani Noah, and Elijah Vicona, and tight ends Joey Olsen and Carson Tabarachi. On the defensive side, you have linebackers Tamir Robinson, Desmond Stevens, and AJ Tuitele. On the defensive line, you have Jade Abasiri, and in the secondary, you have Alex Graham and James Johnson. So starting with the quarterback one, Hassan Longstreet. No one knows what's going to happen there. There's not even word out or rumors or anything. The question is going to be, what does he prioritize? Is he looking at the long game or the short-term benefit? One thing I will say, if you're Hassan Longstreet, this is not the portal to be entering in as an unproven quarterback. It's loaded with guys like Dylan Raiola, Sam Levitt, guys that have played a lot of football at a very high level. And if you're Hassan Longstreet, someone's going to take a swing on you because of your potential and upside, but it's going to be an uphill trek to try to start anywhere of note. Like, sure, he could go to maybe Baylor, Boise State, Purdue, maybe somewhere like that and be an automatic starter. But that's not going to happen most places, especially in the SEC and Big Ten. So another year in this system, another year under Lincoln Riley, another year of being one play away from becoming a Lincoln Riley starting quarterback. In my opinion, Hassan Longstreet would be crazy to bail from this situation. He's set up for success one way or another. Definitely think he needs to stay. Now, the offensive line, man, there's a lot of big names on here for next year. The big one is obviously Elijah Page, one of the best tackles in the entire country. Only problem he has is he has to stay healthy. Alani Noah's on this list. He was one of your starters this year. Elijah Vicona is a must keep for next year. The potential on that kid is through the roof. And then you have a guy like Alex Payne, extremely smart football player. Aaron Dunn, we'll wait and see. When he did play early in the season, he was just flat out lost. No idea what he was doing with his feet, with his hands, anything. It was really, really rough. Got smoked multiple times against Missouri State. So he has a lot of improving to do before he's ready to actually be on the field. But he's at a great place to do that, so I'll be curious if he comes back. And then Hayden Treater is just another guy that I think is really, really interesting. Tons of upside, especially as a run blocker. You saw him come on as that 6th offensive lineman in our heavy personnel packages. But the obvious keys for this offensive line group that hasn't re-signed. Page and Noah are 2 starters. Vicona is extremely important. And Alex Payne is that future tackle, so he needs to come back as well. Now, defensively, looking at the linebackers, AJ Tuitele could turn into something. Not extremely confident about that. With the guys we have coming in the recruiting class, if you do sign him, it's a plus. But it's not the end of the world if you can't pull it off. Tamir Robinson, I'm indifferent if we re-sign him or don't. He was pretty poor overall on the year. And again, with the linebackers we have coming in with recruiting, the transfer portal being open, I think there's a lot of guys out there that are like Tamir Robinson that you can bring in for maybe a little cheaper. This language I'm using might seem strange or foreign. It's college football in 2025. We're building a roster just like an NFL team would. These kids are re-signing. They're getting big deals. While they are kids, they're also professionals. That's why I'm talking like this. If it makes you uncomfortable, then I'm sorry, I guess. But USC announcing their re-signings is the exact same thing. It's just the world that we live in. Yeah, but Tamir Robinson, completely indifferent. He can stay or go. Desmond Stevens is a guy I would love to have back. The question for him, and I bet he waits a little bit before re-signing, if we bring in a day one starter linebacker in the transfer portal, I bet he bounces. Desmond's not going to wait around and be a rotational guy here. As awesome as that would be an incredible piece to have in the rotation. But he could start at a lot of places across the country, probably any school in the Big 12. So we'll see with that one. And then moving back to the secondary, James Johnson, again, he could be something. We have no idea. But Alex Graham, he's the key here. This is your future star in the secondary. Going to be going into his redshirt freshman season. I believe he only played 4 games anyway. I could be wrong. But Graham's a guy that you can really build your secondary around. He can play safety. He can play nickel. He can tackle. He can cover. He can run. He can diagnose. Also has a ton of leadership qualities off the field as well. This is a kid you need in your program, that you want in your program. Reminds me a lot of a guy like Jalen Smith. So that's priority 1A, and priority 1B for the defense has to be Jade Abasiri. This is a curious one, why his signing hasn't been announced yet. Whether it's a tactical thing by USC, whether the player wants more money, we have no idea. This is one that we quite simply cannot afford to let go, though. We just can't. He was our best interior defensive lineman this entire season. He was consistent every single game. He had a few iffy moments in the game in South Bend, as the entire defensive front did, linebackers included. They all got manhandled in that game. But Jade is a stud, man. This is a legitimate Big Ten defensive lineman, a guy that can play in the middle. He can do the dirty work. He's not going to make those flash crazy plays like Jakeem Stewart. He's not going to be a 10-sack guy. What he's going to be is a valuable piece of any team that hopes to contend for a Big Ten title. So, in conclusion, 15 players that are not signed yet. The 2 most important ones from each side of the ball, I'd say Elijah Page and Elijah Vicona on the offensive line, and Jade Abasiri and Alex Graham on the defense. Obviously, you want to bring back all these guys if you can. Just realized I totally forgot to talk about the tight ends. Carson Tabarachi is a very good locker room guy, so we'll see what happens there. And when Joey Olsen has 250 yards receiving in this bowl game and 4 touchdowns on top of it, he's going to have to come back on a massive, massive deal. But in all seriousness, his receiving ability is up there, just naturally with some of the elite tight ends in the sport. The dude just gets it. He gets route running. He gets high pointing the football. He gets being a hands catcher. He gets allowing the defensive back to come into your body. He doesn't play like a basketball player. He's not your traditional post-up tight end, but he definitely can do that. But he does it with some more finesse and agility and some very good run after catch ability when he gets the ball in his hands. So very excited to see him in the bowl game. But yeah, guys, that is all I have for you. Please let me know your thoughts on the 15 players that we have not signed yet down below. If you could only bring back 2 from each side of the ball, who are you bringing back? Make sure to let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. You're all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.